Hello, magnificent beings. Just want to say welcome, everyone. Come on in, grab a front row seat, get comfy, cozy, got your favorite beverage or water. Got a lot of goodness to share with you guys today. I'm Eva Gregory, founder of the Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur Group right here and the Enlightened Business Success Academy, where we help established coaches and spiritual entrepreneurs attract high-end clients with premium offers. So welcome to this week's Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur training. Okay. God, that's a mouthful. All about mastering your money mindset. Okay. Mastering your money mindset to attract high-end clients. Because here's the thing, and this is a golden nugget for sure. Before you can experience a successful business working with high-end clients, you have to be energetically aligned with what you want to manifest in your business, aligned with attracting high-end clients that you want to work with. So it's energy alignment first, foremost, and always, okay? And one of the things that sets my work apart is that I know in the cells of my being the importance and the power of integrating energy alignment with the practical business strategies for growing a successful, enlightened business. And you cannot shortcut this. The next thing is that you have to start making decisions based on where you want to be, not from where you are. Okay. What I have learned in my years of being in business is that making decisions comes from your next level version of yourself. If you do this from your future self, that is extremely practical. Sounds woo-woo, I know, but it's very practical, and that is going to propel you forward to the success that you're looking for. How you think, the questions you ask, the inspiration you get, the success that you activate is very different when you are focused in this way and you are focused forward. Okay. So rather than making excuses about why you can't be or do or have something, you want to shift your thinking to how can I, right? You might not be ready to hire a team yet. That's okay. But you know what you can do? You can design your business from the ground up so that when that time comes, the foundation's been laid. So if you think, well, once I reach six figures or $1 million, then I'll start hiring a team. Well, what you want to do is you get into that multiple six-figure or figure mindset now. And you start to ask, how can I get support now in order for me to get to that next level, to get to that next six figures, to get to that next 200,000, 500,000, so I can reach the numbers I'm going for, or I can reach the seven figures more quickly, by the way, without getting overworked and overwhelmed in the process, right? So I'm just going to just double check over here, just checking on, we've got to make sure that the comments are working. All right. So one of the things I just want to say, because I'm on StreamYard, that means that I can't see who's actually making the comments, but that's okay. I can go back and check on you later. But just wanted to say, if you're here, feel free to interact with me, ask me any questions. And by the way, that goes for those of you who are on the replay as well. Okay. So I do come back and I check on the comments. So back to the topic at hand. If you are thinking that not only to lay the foundation now based on where I want to go in my business, but if you're thinking, well, I'll take time off after I reach my next income goal, that's backwards. In the EBSA, the Enlightened Business Success Academy, I actually teach my clients, and I'm going to teach you this right now, is when you're planning your business and you're laying out your calendar for the year, what is the first thing you want to start with on your calendar? Any ideas? I'll tell you what it's not. It's not your webinars. It's not your promotions. It's actually you start by plugging in all of your downtime, all of your vacations, all of your staycations, all of your peace of mind days, all of those days when you want to be doing things with the kids or you're going to their games. Okay. So you want to start now, wherever you are in your business, by planning your business to support your lifestyle and not the other way around. Make sense? Boy, I hope so. So, all right. Let me just see. And the comments are coming in. Awesome. I have to, yeah, I'm sitting here. The comments are always over here. So I have to remember to check. I need this. Thank you, Eva. Oh, hey, Tana. I'm so happy. Hannah, I'm so happy to see you here. I'm here, Miss Eva. You're always giving excellent value. Self-care. Yes, absolutely. Oh, you guys, you're so right on the mark, right? Think about how many of you think that your best business ideas, whether it's a new program, a new marketing idea, a new piece of content, maybe that, it happens while you're at the beach. It happens when you're on your hike. It happens when you're on a bike ride, while you're driving in the car, in the shower, right? 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when I get a lot of mine, right? But it never happens when you're sitting down in front of your computer screen, right? It happens when you're out there thinking about other things, still, thrilled and excited and appreciative of your business, wherever it happens to be. But it's like you're out there, you're doing other things. You're kind of in that kind of a quiet place. It's not completely in meditation, but you're in that place where you're just relaxed, in nature or taking a shower or whatever. And then that's when these kinds of ideas start to come to you naturally. Okay. So a mindset shift would be something like, I get my best ideas and inspiration when I'm relaxed, when I'm regenerating, when I'm rejuvenating away from my business, which means that is why your downtime is so important. You have to begin to look at the downtime, whether it's vacations, staycations, couch potatoing, whatever it is. You look at your downtimes as a part of your business plan. Okay. It's not like, oh my gosh, I should be working on my business. No, this is part of how you create a successful business, right? Got this? All right. Relaxing and staying open is so important to receive inspired ideas. It is. Absolutely. That's true. I go blank sometimes, or I get distracted on my computer. Things come to me later when you're relaxed, right? Absolutely. So another limiting belief that you want to shift is, I'll feel successful when ... I'll feel successful when I actually reach a certain level in my business, or I have a certain number of clients, or when I hit the 6-figure mark or the 7-figure mark, right? Then I'll know I've made it. Then I'll feel successful. Then I won't feel like I've got imposter syndrome. All right. I know what's going on in some of your minds, right? I've been there. Well, it doesn't work that way. Okay. You need to start feeling successful now, right now, today, this very red hot minute. You're a success because you're in the process of creating a successful business, right? Now, I'm not talking about fake it till you make it. I am talking about being in the essence and the energy of what it feels like right now. And when you can spend time really playing in this energy, and you set your intent to master your energy alignment and your visioning first, then that's when things start to flow. This is when things start to feel magical, right? That's when the serendipities and the synchronicities start to happen. Is this making sense, you guys? Let me know, Kokomos. Energy alignment, get into the vision. I mean, this is the most important part of your business, because if you're not here, you will do all the quote exact things that the gurus will tell you to do, and then you'll wonder why you're not successful. This is why. This is the big missing piece. Okay, you totally making sense. Thank you. Yes. So when you decide this is how I feel, then you start to show up as your best possible self. All right. And guess what happens when you are? Then you are guided to the people, places, situations, circumstances, ideas, and solutions that will support your success. Okay. It's no accident, by the way, that you chose to be here today, or if you're watching the replay, that you're watching this replay. You are being guided to the people, places, situations, circumstances, ideas, and solutions that will support your success. Okay. This is one of those ways. So start paying attention to those synchronicities and serendipities that start to happen when you're focused on the success of your business. And by the way, you don't have to know all the details yet. Those are come. You're going to be guided to where you need to get those, right? But I don't know how, I don't know when. I just know that I want this massively successful business, inspiring millions and being fulfilled, working with the clients that are flocking to me. Like, activate that. Create your own scenario. That's just an example, right? But when you're feeling successful every day, no matter what is actually going on, then you assume the best, right? Always assume the best. Assume that you have, because you do, the entire universe conspiring for you. And you can know that the income will show up, the clients will show up and start to reflect this essence that you're radiating out. That's the vibrational essence that you are, the frequency that you are radiating out. And law of attraction 101, if that's what you're radiating out, that is what you're attracting to you, right? Now, I want to say something here because I know we're talking about money mindset today, and I'm talking about getting to 6 figures or 7 figures, whatever your magic number is. It really doesn't matter. But bottom line is, this has nothing to do with the actual numbers or the money. We talk about money a lot for it not to be about the money. It's 1,000% about who you become in the process of building a 6-figure business, a $500,000 business, a 7-figure business, or 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12. Name your own number. It's about the journey towards your vision. And maybe your vision is 500,000, I don't know, or it could be 10 million, or it could be 100,000, it could be 50,000. You know, we get to one, we get to the next level, and then we'll be off to the next and the next. You know, there doesn't have to be this big leap from nothing to millions. In fact, it doesn't work that way because we have to vibrationally get aligned with it, right? But it is about your vision. And every next level up is always about how it transforms you. It's not the other way around. Having the money won't transform you, right? It's about the transformation that begins to attract the money. I hope this is making sense. All right. So you want to be so aligned with that next level you and what the version of you is creating that it becomes so familiar in your energy that when you finally reach it, it will feel like the next logical step. That's how you know you're vibrationally aligned with something, right? Now, you might have a moment of, being really excited and you're celebrating in the moment, but that's temporary. That's temporary. And then it starts to be, it feels so familiar. All of a sudden, oh, I just got a client. That was easy. Wow. And then the next one shows up. Well, that was easy. I'm like, yeah, okay, this is my groove. This is the way it is, right? So we kind of get into that vibrational essence. All right. And by the way, it doesn't really matter if you're hitting that number. What does that matter is when you look back a year from now, that you are going to be amazed at how far you've come, because we are always shifting and changing and transforming and growing and expanding, but it happens incrementally, right? And a lot of times we're so focused on what's out there, what's next, that we never stop and look back to see how far we've come. I highly recommend you do that, right? I promise you will not be the same person you are right here with us today. So energy alignment first, foremost, and always. Got it? And every step of the way, you want to be asking, what if success is my only option? If success is my only option, how would I be feeling? What would I be thinking? What would I be doing? What kinds of ideas and questions would I be holding in my mind, right? So this is all about who you become to manifest the vision that you hold. Stepping into the next version of yourself. The version, by the way, that you are being called to step into. If you've got a desire to be somewhere, to grow, expand yourself, your business, whatever it might be, You are being called to that. Your inner guidance is calling you to that higher level of you, that greater version of you, that expanded version of you, right? Making sense? Who here's feeling this? Let me know if this is. And by the way, who is here feeling this is your year? This is your year, not next year, this year. I am telling you, if you've been asking, it is being given. It is being given. And now it's up to you just to be open to receive the guidance and the support to step into that next level you, right? Okay. So, yes. Oh, awesome. Fabulous. So begin thinking and acting like a successful spiritual entrepreneur, a 6-figure spiritual entrepreneur, a 7-figure spiritual entrepreneur, whatever your number is now. Be in that energy now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so happy and grateful for this amazing business that I'm building and that I have now. I'm on my way towards what I have already activated in the quantum field. We talk about the quantum field a lot here, and not going to talk about it in this particular training, but there will be more. This is where we activate it. This is where everything starts, right? It starts in our imagination and in our thoughts and with our desires, right? And it's going to open up the inspiration and the opportunities for that to happen for you when that's your vision. I don't know when, I don't know how. I just know this is what this is what I'm activating. This is what I've decided I'm creating, right? And so when you start to embody that higher version of yourself, you start acting differently. You start asking different questions, right? Like, what would a 7-figure business owner do? What would a 7-figure business owner be thinking right now? And when you start shifting your focus to your vision rather than where you are right now, and you start responding from your vision, that's what you activate in the quantum field. And in time, it begins to form into the physical manifestation. And that's when reality starts to catch up with your desires and your vision, right? So when you start to shift your focus, you up-level your mindset, you start to truly embody this higher level beliefs, right? It's a shifting of the beliefs. Then what happens is then you start to see others that are feeling the same way. You're surrounded by others who are doing similar things. It's why you come to Facebook groups and trainings or webinars or events. It's why you go to these things. You want to be surrounded by those people. It's why you join group coaching programs. It's why you find mentors that can be around you who are living and breathing this every single day. And so start today by asking questions like, if I was attracting and enrolling my high-end dream clients, what needs to happen today? What's my focus today? What foundation do I need to be laying out in my business today to support that vision? Okay. So we're always doing what we're creating is in support of the vision, not in where you are right now. Got it? Okay. Yes, this is my year. Yes, 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 yes. Oh man, I want to hear more people say that. Awesome. But these are the kinds of questions that lead to the practical aspects that you'll be inspired to put in place in your business. And I'm just going to give you some examples of where I finally got to around all of this, just so you know. I mean, it's just part of my personal journey. And this is where it's led me so far. And there's more things that are unfolding, which I'll be announcing and sharing with all of you. I always do. Anytime I'm learning something new or I'm realizing something different, I always come back and share with you guys. But just to give you some ideas about how to think for yourself, what I ended up doing was focusing on the business I wanted, the caliber of clients I want to work with. And I decided, this is the decisions that came to me based on my vision, was that I redesigned my high-end programs so that they're able to run without me as we scale. Okay. So a few years ago, I revamped my offers and I started designing my premium offers to be able to to run without me. Now, how does that work? We won't go into details in this here, but it's we'll do a different training on this. But basically, I might have other coaches that are working for me, or I have things that are set up. So if it's the same things that gets repeated over and over, that it's now a video online that you can go see. But there's tons of different ways, right? That's even not even the tip of the iceberg, but just to give you some examples, right? So another thing, what I decided to do was I was only going to invest in mentors that were way beyond, not just a little beyond me, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But I just decided I wanted a big leap. And so I started investing in 9-figure mentors and one who's now at 10 figures. I mean, I'm not anywhere close to that, people, but oh my gosh, the caliber of thinking, the way that my mind gets expanded. You know, I've always had my own coaches and mentors, always, ever since I got into coaching. And the thing I love about it is I don't have to figure everything else out myself, right? I don't have to reinvent the wheel. And so that's why I continue to invest in mentors and programs. And so that I like being surrounded by 9-figure mentors. I like being in 8 figures even, right? And so I invest in those mentors that are way out ahead of me so I can be in the energy of that, okay? And to ask myself, what would I be doing? How would I be thinking? What decisions would I be making if I were on the way to that level, right? The other thing that's really great is I get to learn through their challenges, right? They're having challenges that, you know, I'm not at a level that I wouldn't even be in my mind that this might be a challenge, right? But guess what? They are, and I'm learning from their challenges that they've experienced, what they have learned. So it cuts years off my learning curve. So I don't need to make those same mistakes, right? I don't need to make all the mistakes that they've made. I can ask them about it. They're very generous about sharing anyway, but that one is really important to me. Okay. So that's an example of something that I've done. The other thing I did, which I have talked to you about, and this is something I did right off the bat when I first got into coaching, and I really encourage you to do it too. And that is to design your business to support your lifestyle and not the other way around. Okay. That was a decision I made early on, that I even when didn't even have my first client yet, but I designed my business to support my lifestyle and not the other way around before I was making enough money to support that lifestyle. All right. And what I mean by that is, you know, the time off. Okay. I'm very intentional about taking my time off, creating a lot of space in my life away from my day-to-day business. Love my business. It is fulfilling. It is my passion. And I love my time away from it. It's part of the balance, right? And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I'll tell you that the more your business grows, the more space you need to create. Okay. So the more systematized it's going to need to be. And I just remember a t-shirt that my other half, Robin, had. It says, the less I do, the more I make. Love that. Love that. That's what I want. All right. Otherwise, what happens is you become the bottleneck, right, in your business. So be intentional now. Be intentional now about how you structure your business so that it grows and that you're able to keep in balance as it grows. All right. Making sense? Yes, no, maybe so. All right. So I'm always looking continually at what needs to be in place as my business grows, as my team grows, and the support that I need. I'm already looking now for a couple of new team members. The foundation is in place, so I don't have to scramble to go create that, right? Yes, makes sense. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then the other thing I do, and this is what I teach, right? This is what I teach, to always lead with your high-end offers. I made that decision. I didn't start my business that way. It was something I learned over time, but always lead with your high-end offers and hold a descending model to the lower end versus an ascending model that most coaches have. So I was only focusing on, and I started with my premium offers at the time was 10,000, 12,500, 35,000, right? Because I'm clear on the level of clients that I want to work with, and I want to be able to scale my business with high touch programs and mentoring with a few clients instead of hundreds of clients at lower fees. Now I can have those in other products, but I'm starting with what I want to be known as, what I want to spend my time and my heart and soul in. Does that make sense? So yeah, I have lower offers. I've got a couple that are going to be coming out soon. You guys are going to hear about them, right? But I'm not going to lie. I'll tell you, it took some courage for me to go from $500 to a $2,000 program and then to a $10,000 offer and up. It was a scary move. And all of my stuff came up. The gremlin came out. What if nobody signs up? Well, they did. Okay. But it took focus on being the version of myself that makes premium offers to high-end clients. I had to be in that space before I made the offer. All right. I hope this is making sense. Got it? Okay. Well, I hope it is. All right. So I'm wanting you to shift your own mindset where you are thinking about what's your premium offer? What is your high-end offer? Because if you're starting with a $7 offer and then a 17 and then a 97, and by the time you've gotten somebody through that whole ascension model, you could be out of business, right? That's what I learned is I needed to shift my positioning. Okay. So that's just something I want you guys to think about. And that is a mindset shift. It is a total mindset shift, right? That's what I teach. This is what I teach people. And if that's something you're interested in, yeah, just hang out with me for a little longer. I hope that it rubs off. All right. So one of the other things that I do, this is that I always look now at my offers, starting with the high-end offers, but even down to the lower offers. Will this offer be a six-figure asset in my business? Now, that's my rule. That doesn't have to be anybody else's rule. It could be a different number or whatever. Could it be something that if you set it and forget it, right? Whatever your thing is. For me, it was, will this offer be a six-figure asset in my business? So whenever I'm creating, that's the question I'm asking myself, meaning that when I think about creating a new program or a new offer, I have to see that this is going to be a six-figure asset in my business. It's just another way to expand your thinking. And it definitely expands mine, continues to, right? Especially with the lower offers that I have. Is this going to be a six-figure asset in my business? If I'm going to have a lower offer and 2 or 3 people are going to get it, first of all, then the offer is a mismatch, because what I want is things that totally resonate with those of you who are my divine clients, so that you can get results from what I share, regardless of the price point, right? So when you start thinking at this level, you're going to start to realize, hey, I only need 3 or 4 things that are actually important to focus on. In other words, 90% of what you're doing can probably be done. And I have a process that I teach. It's called the do it, dump it, or delegate it process. Okay. And I run things through that filter, because when you do, then you learn pretty quickly how much of what you do on a daily basis is such a waste of time. It is busy time. It's not moving the needle for you or your business, right? So is this making sense? I'm so busy getting notes down as fast as I can. Oh my gosh, me too. Loving this information. Great, fabulous. Hey, this is be on replay. You can go back and catch it as soon as we're done here. It'll automatically be on replay, just so you know. And, you can stop it and make your notes then. All right. Well, I'm glad you're loving it. That's what I want here. I really want to turn some light bulbs on here, like little aha moments. All right. So this is what you want to be thinking about as well. So when you're looking at things on your plate, if you're not going to do it and you're not dumping it, who can you delegate it to? Okay. This is what we're not used to. That we're used to, like, I have to do it all myself. No, you don't. You don't. And when you're used to doing everything yourself, this can be hard. It's hard to let go when that's your kind of mode of operation, right? But you got to do this if you're going to grow your business, right? If you want a business that's scaling, you are going to have to let others. Here's what I forget who labeled this, but they called it karma cop out. Was that what karma cop out? I think that's what they called it. Anyway, the point was that you're here to do what you were born to do. Your gifts and talents are what you're here to share. There are others who do different things that they're here to share. It's their gifts and talents. That's your support team, my VAs, my social sellers, all of those people. They were born to do what they're born to do. And when I try to do everything myself, it's like I am taking, and this is not for real because we can't take these from anybody, but I hope you get the point, is I'm taking away from them what they could be doing is their gifts and talents. And I'm taking away from myself and my clients because I am bottlenecked doing things I have no business doing, really, that I don't enjoy doing, when I could be out there doing the things that I love and making a difference with the people that I'm here to make a difference for. And it's the same thing for all of them. So like, yeah, I get it now. The minute, and that was a hard one when I first got into business, but the minute I realized that it wasn't going to not only did it not bankrupt me, which was a bit of a emotional drama when I was thinking it at the time. It's like, but if I hire a virtual assistant, it costs money. Let me tell you, hiring a virtual assistant who could do things in a split fraction of the time that I was spent doing that kind of stuff completely turned my business around way back when. So that is what I want you to start thinking about as well. Okay. It's a mindset shift. You do what you do best, and you have those who do what they do best to support you. Got it? So one of the things you want to do is ask yourself, what is the highest and best use of my time right now as the future version of myself, as the version 2.0 of myself? Okay. Just a great question to ask. Now, there may be something that you should be doing that will be more impact, or that would move the needle in your business in a bigger way, rather than trying to get all these little bits and pieces handled, doing all the busy work and all the admin and trying to learn how to do a website. And you have no business trying to learn how to do a website, build a website. You know, if you're technical and you like that stuff, that's different. But, trying to figure out this stuff is crazy. It's crazy. Focus is critical. Your focus is critical. And in this case, all the stuff that you're thinking that you have to do, and there is a lot, especially when you're just getting started in your business. Yes, we're trying to get a rocket off the ground. And so for temporary time, there will be a lot laying the foundation for sure. But in the scheme of things, less is more. Less is more. And focus is critical. This is the key. Focus. I don't know about you. I'm guilty of having shiny object syndrome. Squirrel. That's me. Okay. So it's like, oh, this looks like it'd be cool and fun. Let's go do that. Oh, this would be awesome. Oh, I've got 100 ideas. These would be fun. And you're off in all of these different directions. That's shiny object syndrome, right? Thank goodness one of my coaches early on saved me from that when he said, Eva, you can have it all. You just can't have it all at once. Okay. So that's what I'm saying to you guys too. And what I found was less really is more when it comes to your business. Now, you might think in order to make more money, you need more offers. I know I've been there. But what I found years ago when I revamped my entire business and I reduced the number of offers I had, that was when my business started to grow, and that was when my income grew. All right. If you looked at our offers a few years ago, I mean, not 5 or 10, dozens of offers. It was crazy. And none of them were leading necessarily synergistically to the next. So the energy around them and the energy around me and the business was scattered. And that's exactly the kind of results I got. Okay. Now it's different. I have this peaceful energy knowing I've got 3 or 4 things that I'm focused on, and that's it. So when you're thinking about your products and your programs and your offers and your funnels and your marketing channels, get laser focused. And you have to have a certain level of tunnel vision in order to get to that next level. Put the blinders on, right? So you stay laser focused. And it's also why it's important to start at the top with your top offer, okay, and get that really dialed in. And I know it can be scary thinking about letting some things go, but I'm just saying, once you do, there's going to be such a feeling of relief, and your subconscious is automatically going to go out and look for just the laser focused things that you're thinking about and bringing the answers and the people and the situations and ideas to you for that. Okay. So the questions automatically focus you emotionally and energetically on what you want when you're focused, laser focused, right? Instead of scattered. Okay. So you can't get up in your head about this to try to figure it out. All right. What you do is you get clear on what you want for sure, but then you put it out in the universe and you allow your higher self and your source to take it from there. So if I'm trying to figure something out, rather than trying to figure it out in my head myself, which is very limited, I put it out into the universe. And so I'm going to give you some examples of the types of questions to be asking, not for yourself to go in your head and figure out, but just ask the questions, put it out in the universe, and then let the synchronicities and serendipities and the ideas begin to come to you. Okay, so it's allowing it to come to you rather you go trying to chase it. So an example question would be, what's the highest and best use of my time right now? Great question. And then notice another one I ask is, what do I feel most inspired to focus on right now? Because I might have a list of all the things that to be done today. And if one is just like, oh, I'm just not feeling it, and I feel like I'm just spinning my wheels, I'm in a rut. And wait a minute, what am I most inspired to focus on right now? I want to focus on creating the new website for my new product. That sounds like fun. And when I say creating my website, I don't mean technically, I mean the creation process, the writing of it, my content. Got it? So what's the highest and best use of my time? Or what do I feel most inspired to right now? Okay, another one, if you're wanting to expand your thinking and fill in your own number here, but what's it like to be $1 million entrepreneur? What's it like to be a 6-figure entrepreneur? Whatever your number is, there's no one magic number, guys. The magic number is the one that resonates with you. That's the magic number. Another question, what's it like to have the universe leading me to the successful entrepreneur I inspire to be? What's it like to have inner guidance leading me to the success that I aspire to be? You see these questions, they're not questions where, okay, let me go look it up. Let me go research it. It's no, put it out there. All right. How good can I stand it? Right where I am. 2 of my favorite ones. How good can I stand it? How easy can I stand it? Love those 2. All right. And of course, the one you hear me ask all the time, what if success is my only option? What if success is my only option? Right? So you get the types of questions I'm talking about. These are the types of questions that when you ask them, your subconscious will automatically go out starting to research. And that's when things start to happen, like you run across a book or a webinar, or someone's talking about something that gives you the answer, or they have the program that is perfect for you where you are right now, like synchronicities, serendipities, right? By the way, synchronicities are your inner guidance. You know, there's no such thing as coincidence, like, oh, that was just a random coincidence. No. It's not random. And your synchronicities and serendipities are through your own inner guidance. So when you're getting those, pay attention, people, pay attention. All right. And then your job is to look for those synchronicities that start to unfold. Look for the inspiration, like be open to, don't chase, but be open to the inspiration and ideas that come to you, the people and solutions that get put in front of you. And you just keep bringing your focus back to these kinds of questions. Write these questions down, come up with your own that maybe resonate with you, maybe more than these, right? But come up with your little list of questions. Have it as a touchstone in your pocket. You can just pull them out or have them sitting on your screen so you can remind yourself to ask yourself these kinds of questions, right? And then you just keep bringing your focus back to these questions. And most important, have fun with all this. This is like, oh, it's serious. We can tend to get serious about our business. Lighten up. That's the other thing. Fun is number one. Don't you ever forget it, because if it's not fun, you won't do it. Not for long anyway. So there is definite value in that as well. Keep it light. Make it a game, right? Trust the process. Have fun in it, but stay committed to the cause, right? And these are the kinds of questions that keep me grounded. It brings clarity when I'm confused. Oh my goodness. Or if I'm not sure, when I'm asking what's my next step, I just get into present moment. That's how you do it. Get into present moment. Forget everything that's happened up to this red hot moment. Don't worry about anything that's coming in the future. It's not here yet anyway. And just get quiet. And then you find your one or two questions, one of these types of questions, and then you ask. And then every day before you work on something, you can ask yourself, how, this is to help your focus, by the way, how does what I'm about to do support my business, my income, or my peace of mind? Okay. How is what I'm about to do support my business, my income, or my peace of mind? In other words, is this really the best use of your time? Is this something your future self would be doing? And so you can ask yourself these questions with everything you do. Stepping into your next level, creating massive success, that means mastering your mindset. You've got to get through those limiting beliefs. And I'm wanting you to open your minds to the possibility of, like, blow your mind. I know one of the things we do when we're doing our quarterly goals in the Enlightened Business Success Academy, we have our comfortable goal, we have our exciting goal, and then we have our blow my mind goal, okay? And what I'm talking about here is what would be a blow my mind goal, right? And I'm not talking about making an extra $1,000 a month. I want you to open your mind to the possibility of making more money in a month than you ever thought was possible, making more money in a month than you did all of last year. We have people in the Enlightened Business Success Academy who have done that, right? So, if you're not thinking at that level, you're thinking, well, if I just had enough money to pay my bills this month, you see where there's no opening for the creativity and the answers from source to come in when that's your focus, when you're vibrationally focused on that. Is this making sense, you guys? Hope so. So you literally cannot believe that you've accomplished so much in such a short time because it's possible for you, because it is possible. In other words, it may feel impossible to blow your mind goals, but it's okay. Let it be. I don't know when, I don't know how, but oh my God, that would be crazy. That would be awesome. Okay. You hold it lightly. You're not attached to it. You're not attached to it, right? And so the other thing about this is you don't have to know the exact details of that, but you got to be clear on what you want. You need to be clear on what you want. You know that you want a successful, enlightened business that lights up your soul, or I do. That's my clarity, right? That's enough. And then, this is your year to step into that, okay? That's your next clarity. You get so you can be clear without knowing the exact details, okay? So, what does having a successful, enlightened business mean to you? It's really got to be what it is for you, not me. And it might be a certain revenue amount. It might be financial freedom. It might be a certain lifestyle. It may mean spending more time with your family, right? For me, it was getting out of the computer industry and all of that competitiveness and all of those long, crazy hours, and being able to have my own business where I decided how much I get paid. And I get to do what fills my heart and soul, not what the computer industry said I had to do every day. I wanting to be able to take long morning walks with my hot mug of coffee and my puppy. That's what I'm not worried about having to be anywhere, right? I set it so that I only work 3 weeks out of every month. It means no ceiling on my income. I get to decide what the ceiling is on my income. And guess what that ceiling stops? With my beliefs. Limiting beliefs is the only thing stopping us. I still have mine. We all have them, people. We all have them, right? But being able to make as much money in a month or even in 9 days than I had ever made in a year, right? So what does a successful, enlightened business mean to you? And that's really what I want you to think about. I want you to come up with what's important to you. You are the center of your universe. You are. And that's the only person that what you want is, it's important that whatever it is that you want is important to you. Comparison game is a deadly game. Do not be comparing to others. It never works, right? We are all our own unique individual facets of the diamond. And so we get to be us unapologetically while others are them, but stop the comparison game. We're all right where we're supposed to be and on path as long as you hold to your vision, right? Now, as long as you hold to the vision, we're going to give you some real talk right now. If you want to create a successful business beyond anything you created before, and you're holding to a vision and you're asking, what am I inspired to do right now? You will also be asked to get outside your comfort zone. You have to get uncomfortable. You 100% have to make decisions and take risks and face the terror barrier. Okay? You have to. It's inevitable. It's part of our growth and expansion, getting outside of our comfort zone, because there is no growth and expansion inside the comfort zone. Nothing happens when you stay in your comfort zone. All right? I talk about this all the time, right? You will not create massive success in a fast time frame when you stay comfortable. If you're not taking risks, if you're not facing your fears, right? If you're not doing things that make you uncomfortable or scare you, you will either move slowly, if you move at all. You will procrastinate. You might get there, but it might take you 5 to 10 years instead of 1 or 2, if at all. Okay. So this is the key that you need to understand, because so many times I talk to people, and the moment things get uncomfortable, the moment things get challenging, they stop and they pull back. And when you stop, like what you're doing, and you're allowing that fear, which comes from your gremlin, by the way, not your guidance, that is your gremlin, you're allowing your gremlin to paralyze you, to cripple you, and to take over. And at the moment you do that, you just decided that you no longer want to go after your vision. You decided that the fear was more important. You get that? We don't think about it like this. Does that resonate? Because the moment you pull back and you stop, you just made a decision. You just made a decision, and you are allowing your gremlin, who likes being in your comfort zone and the way you've been programmed, to stop you in your tracks and to stop you from moving forward. Those who create massive success, and of course, those that do it in a short amount of time right away, it is scary. It is scary. It is like, it makes me uncomfortable, but I'm willing to get outside my comfort zone because I'm willing to trust my guidance and step up and out until what's outside my comfort zone that feels like, then becomes my new comfort zone. See, the good news is it's only temporary, right? And then we realize, I live to tell about it. Okay. But then what happens? We're asked to step out of that comfort zone, right? So it's a spiral ever upwards. It's always happening, right? And every time I step outside my comfort zone, it does not feel good, but I know it's still from my guidance is calling me forward. That's a difference. People confuse, it must not be what I'm meant to do because it doesn't feel good. That's a whole other training I've talked about before. We'll have to get into that at some point in time. But the more you do it, when you're stepping outside your comfort zone, the better you get, right? And you're always going to face fear. There's always going to be that fear of the unknown, fear of what you've not experienced before. Your gremlin will have a heyday with you on this stuff. So what you need to ask yourself, this is so simple and so crucial. When you're about to pull back, when you feel yourself stepping back, when you are in that fear and you feel the fear, then pay attention. Do I really want this? Where this is taking me? You know, when your body is telling you you're tired and you're just not going to do what you said you were going to do today, that's going to help you move forward, you got to ask, do I really want it? Do I really want this? That is a good litmus test, because it might be, no, I don't really care. I don't really want this. That's really good to know. Or you're going, yes, I do. And so I'm recommitting. Does that make sense? And if you recognize every single time you stopped yourself from doing something that's going to help you reach your goal, if you were really aware and conscious, you would not let your gremlin take over. You would not give up on your dream. You just wouldn't do it. And I'm saying, I don't care what fears come up for you. Pay attention. Some are there to be paid attention to. Others are just your gremlin or your limiting beliefs, right? And in the moment you feel the fear of stepping up and outside your comfort zone towards your dream, and the moment you feel the fear of stepping outside, you have to ask yourself, which feels better? To listen to your gremlin and stay where you are, or listen to your guidance and step outside your comfort zone, where everything you want is. All of the new you, the growth, the expansion, the new version of you, all of those things that you've yet to experience, that you're here to experience, is outside your current comfort zone. Remember, it's just your current comfort zone. And I'm talking to those of you who want that stuff, right? If you're like, I don't really resonate, Eva, I am so happy with where I am, then this is not that's not who I'm talking to. And I totally respect that. Okay. It's those of you who have that desire, that yearning to be somewhere else, to do something different. Because what's happening is you have this person inside of you, your true self with your infinite potential is within you. And your guidance is calling you towards that without the fears or the doubts, the worries about what people are going to think or what people are going to say or how much money is it going to cost, to do I have the time? All of that's in your paradigm, right? Those are the things that are keeping you from getting outside your comfort zone. And when you do that, you're not going to reach your goal. So this person that's coming out that wants more, that's in there, that person is the one who's taking risks. That person is like, I can feel it. Like I can feel like, right? I'm feeling that energy. Maybe I'm picking it up from you guys. But you go after what you want. It's like, I don't care. I don't care what people say. I don't care that it hasn't happened up to this point. It's in my desire. I know I can have it. I've got the entire universe on my side supporting me. That's where you want to go. All right. So just go back to the vision. When you start feeling like, oh my God, do I really want this? Go back to that vision and feel into it. Reignite it. If it doesn't reignite, it wasn't your vision. It wasn't your truth to begin with, right? But if it is, go back and reignite that. Okay. A dream is the first step to manifesting it into a reality. That's your first step. And the dream is actually you using your imagination to create the life that you want, the business that you want, right? So that is where we create. We think it's creating with all our physical action. It's all of the energy stuff. It's all of this work that is really what's doing it. And then we do the practical, right? We take the practical steps that walks us towards the thing that we've already created energetically. I sure hope this is making sense. Okay. So if the gremlin comes up and you're feeling that fear, or you're wanting to step out and you're just not recognize it. Recognize it as your gremlin. Ask yourself, is this my gremlin or is this my guidance? And if it's the gremlin, say, thank you for sharing. Now step to the left. And then you focus back on your vision, all right? Which is where your guidance is calling you. Okay. I hope this is making sense. And remember, for everything that I'm talking about, baby steps lead to avalanches. It's one of the chapters in my book, Life Lessons for Mastering the Law of Attraction. Baby steps will get you there. It will get you to the success you deserve. You don't have to make quantum leaps. Quantum leaps can be very painful, right? And when you hold to your vision, I want you to remember, success is your only option. Never give up, never give up, never give up. Okay. There you go, Kokomo's. I've said my piece for today. I just want to remind you, next week, Thursday, March 9th, 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern, I'm going to have Elizabeth Carrington and Barbara DeMasi here. They are going to take what we talked about today. How do we get rid of those limiting beliefs and blocks? And they're going to walk us through a really powerful process to start to identify what's in the way of these blocks. I think I've got my 2 volunteers for next week. So Fiona and Bonnie, thank you for that. And if anyone else would be interested in volunteering, go ahead and let me know that. And just in case something happens or we have more time and can take on more of you than just 2. So there you go. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your week. Big, big heart hugs. Lots of love. Bye for now. Can't get it to go off. Here we go. One more time.